Good, brother. Oh, Pablo, is that you? You dominated in poker, bro. That was sick. Buy right there, right here. Have you thought of trading gold? I don't think I'll ever need to. You know, there's really no point. How was poker? The poker tournament was pretty fun. I was only watching, but it was fun. Look at us deep in the eyes. There's no need to be weird, bro. Hard buys today? For me, I'm just bearish. Simple. Just bearish. Nothing difficult for me. Long-term project that's only keeping Top Step. I don't know. I guess they're making a business move. I think other firms will just make their own project though. They'll just make another platform. What makes you bearish? My weekly outlook. I was already bearish going into the week. Now I see Monday trades above midnight. We um, trade above midnight and we left it very quickly. You know, we broke aggressively lower, respecting that daily fair value gap. So if you look at the daily chart, that's this. I'm expecting this to just lay a candle over here. You know, I don't really care about the SMT. If I was bullish, I would care, but I'm not bullish. And I'm not going to be bullish until we inverse this fair value gap. So as long as we're finding resistance, I guess you can say, from there, I'm going to be staying bearish, aligning with my weekly outlook. Also, if you look at dollar's doing the same thing but opposite. Right? Went below midnight, put in a high, and then broke. We just took out that high, made a higher high. I'm anticipating this also not to be traded to in London. Also, dollar in general, weekly outlook is also bullish. So everything just kind of aligned for me, if I'm being honest. We'll keep this open on a 5-minute chart. We can always see what dollar is doing. Keep YM open on a 1-minute chart so we can see what YM is doing. Dollar YM. Good, Decky. What's your win rate? In what time period? Like you mean on my live account, on right now, this month, all time. I don't know. It's improving. What's your win rate right now? I have to check my statistics. Are you buying Bitcoin now? Uh, I don't even have the number. I have to re-import my data. It's high right now though. Right now my win rate's pretty high. If we're going based on my live account, it's like around 75 for my live account in the last 30 days. Top step remove activation fees. I don't know. Eval or live today, tomorrow. I have everything open today. Tomorrow I'm gonna be a little bit more safe. Today I'm more open. Um, I'm journaling today's regular trading protocol. So today's not a day where I'd anticipate looking to be safe. It should be regular protocol for me. Tomorrow's safety protocol. Wednesday's gonna be safety protocol, and then Thursday NFP. We look for buys for low hanging fruit. I wouldn't personally, unless nah, I really can't. There's no level I can really trust. I mean, yeah, nah, I really just can't. Unless, like, if there was some really clean equal highs, I don't even know what low hanging fruit is. Low hanging fruit is maybe this high right here with the new day opening gap. You know, maybe new week. My product X seems to be working. Do we have NWAC? We have NY every time. It's always there. Good morning, Noah. You're short, nice. Yeah, this London session, man. Bro, London, this is what you do. You know what you do at London? You come up at 2 a.m., you wait for the market to go above, and then you just set a sell stop at the low, and you get filled right there. The only issue is then you don't have a stop loss. Like, this is gonna be the best trade of the day, bro. You just sell that breaker. But you can't stay up that long. I'd love to trade London reversal, man. Love it. Yeah, honestly, guys, listen, trade evade is not that bad. At least you get to execute on trading view now. What's your plan for the day? Right here, brother. And if he's Thursday, yes. Let's go CTB. I got this new phone stand, so it'll be really easy for me to execute now, hopefully. Is today a good day to trade for me? Sure. Do you use PXL, PXH? Not under those terms, but I'm sure I'd use it in my trading. Probably not the same way you're asking me though. I don't get what's going on too much to all people and on toss have to do. No, you don't. I mean, you don't have to do anything. Um, it's just when you go to get an account go in the future, it's not going to be a Project X account. It'll probably be Tradeovate until they make their own platform. Personally, I think Alpha Futures is going to make their own platform because they make a lot of money, and I don't see why they wouldn't. So I would just wait for that, to be honest. Even if they don't, you can just do Tradeovate. Tradeovate's not that bad. You can chart on TradingView and then just execute Tradeovate. What does CE stand for? Just the 50%. It stands for consequent encroachment. All right, let's drop down to a lower time frame chart. Um, don't really want to keep that breaker annotated. I'll keep this annotated. No, I don't really need that, to be honest. I'm gonna drop down to a 1 minute chart. If you look at the 5 minute, you'll see we're inside that old new week opening gap, and we also have this one down here. I don't want to see like a large move down, but I don't know if that'll happen today. In terms of targeting, yeah, daily discount wick, that's my objective. I like it a lot because there's a fair value gap right there. The hourly fair value gap high is right there as well. So we'll try to snipe that. 4 hour, is there one there? We're already inside the 4 hour bullish, so. In terms of where we can find higher probability shorts, it's not going to be clean. And we're just going to have to run for a short-term run on buy side. Maybe we consolidate opening range, go into the hourly, and then go lower. It's possible. We'd probably want to be cautious trading the first 30 minutes. So I actually quite like that narrative. Take out the highs here. So for now, we're just going to be patient. 5 minutes until open. There was a nice play for the equal lows at 7 a.m. opening range to target the lows of the low. Yeah, no, this is really nice. I love these kind of trades. I'm not awake at that time. From right here, if you were practicing what ICT said, your first presentation after an opening range, it's pretty amazing, pretty beautiful stuff. That's possible, but I personally think we may consolidate. I mean, this is a nice consolidation in here. So even if we just put in equal lows or took out this low, start rallying higher, and then something like that could also be good for me. Let's put risk on these candles. Yeah, probably gonna look for something I don't really. I'm going to be risking one contract. I mean, this take profit account that I'm working on, we don't really need to risk much more. Alpha, maybe we'll do two. We'll see how I feel. Came from TikTok. Glad you turned them comments off. Yeah, YouTube's a lot better. We'll mark out the opening range gap and then just go from there. Friday, November 14th. RPH close. And then once we open up, we'll mark out that. See, opening range gap highs right there. So we definitely could get return to like 50. You could look for that long too. What did you talk about with ICT? If you guys don't know, um, on the weekend I had a talk with ICT. I got to ask him a couple of questions. If you're curious, I did post the entire I posted the entire recording, 17 minutes. Asked him a couple of questions that I wanted help with. Um, yeah. So if you want to listen to that. Aside from that, we're still running the Alpha Futures giveaway. So if you guys want to participate, it is a code-based giveaway. So if you use my code on Alpha Futures, you get a discount. Send me a message on Discord, then I can add you into the giveaway. I'm sure they're gonna do a Black Friday sale event or Thanksgiving or something. I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming they will. So to be honest, if you have accounts, if you don't have an account, you gotta get one. But realistically, you should probably wait for. I'm sure they're gonna do a nice discount soon. Took a long in Asia to daily FEG and price was super smooth. Never traded. Yeah, that was. I actually was looking for that in Asia session as well, but I opted to just wait for the morning, given the margin requirements overnight is a lot higher. What did you? Yeah. Do you think 50-minute will be deliver price higher temporarily? There's a 15-minute gap on ES. I would just look at that, but realistically, this low too. Like we shouldn't go much lower than this low. If we start like really diving, if we start really diving in here, opening range could be breakaway, and then we just 930 does like boop, and then we just. I wouldn't want to see that much speed below here. Just gotta, what's the plan for the day? I'm gonna look for continuation shorts. That's my target. Nothing else. That's my target. If that's hit, I'm on the sidelines for the morning session. Did you see Tesla doing that fee? Yeah. We'll see how much they end up charging. I actually don't mind the activation fee. I like cheap evals because I hate the eval phase personally. So I'd rather just cheap evals, risk so much. If I blow it, it doesn't hurt that much. That's just how I like it that way personally. But everyone's so excited, no activation fees. I don't know why. Once you activate the account, like you're probably, I mean, not for everyone, but like you're probably gonna get a payout, right? Like that's the goal. Once you get funded, it's payout time. It's time to make money. So everyone's like, yeah, no activation fee. Okay, but the eval is more expensive. You know, looking for shorts. Not really interested in any longs. Um, besides like maybe this high or this high, I'd rather not. I think Alpha will, yeah. Today's the 17th, or yeah, right. Anchor that. Lock it in. Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. Right, I'll keep this open like this. We don't need to mark all the quadrant levels. Just the one here. That's what I was afraid of. For sure, I still think alpha's better. Nothing will ever. I don't until alpha removes the rule where you don't need a buffer. Nothing will convince me that it's not the best firm. That's just me personally. I think prop firms make it hard enough to get a payout, and Alpha Futures is the only firm that makes it easy. It's literally the only firm that does that. So until that changes, unless they do something crazy like make the prices really expensive or something like outrageous, me personally, still my number one firm. So we move down. We have some overlap. We removed in like 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something. If you were a scalper, you could get in long here. Target the short-term high right here. Oh, we just hit org 50. Cool. There's opening range gap 50%. I want to see it run above here. I like this move higher. I would wait. Yeah, you wait, bro. Don't worry about me, though. You got to go to regular trading hours to mark org. Go to settings, symbol, regular trading hours. Then you'll see the gap. Nope, trading above the buy side. Now what I want to see is ideally these highs right here. I like that. These highs are good too, but I like these ones because it's above 830 open. We could come all the way up into here as well. To new week opening gap. Then we just look for short smooth highs here. What we're waiting for is pretty simple. Just looking for a run on buy side and then a break lower. And we can target that low. If this is a Judas thing potentially. There is no NWAG. There is always an NWAG. Just because you don't see a visual gap, it doesn't mean there's no NWAG. There's still NWAG. It just may not be a visual gap on your screen. I mean, sometimes NWAG is 1 tick or 0 ticks. That's possible. But today's NWAG is not 0 ticks. It's like 6 points. So we trade above that short-term high. So now, just wait. I mean, not what we can do. Looking for shorts. Trading into the new day opening gap above this high inside this bearish fair value gap. And there's a little bit of a volume imbalance right above. So we'll see how it trades into here. I like this fair value gap specifically. Why? Because it's right above the buy side. So I'm watching this one. Now I can go higher and do the same thing right here. Because of the high equal highs and above 830. And it could also reach up into new week opening gap. If we start going really above here, like into here exploring, it's going to be tough to look for a short. You know, we may just be offside initially. I'm gonna remove that. Focus on this one. So ideally, there's no. Okay, there's a 30-minute gap in here, so we'll refer to that. We're just gonna refer to that 30-minute gap. You know, I'll mark it like this. I was gonna say there's not really any gap. I like this because it trades back to the opening price here. Anyway, we'll just watch this 30-minute gap. We're pretty good into filling NWAG. We could go up here. We really could, and that wouldn't kill my narrative. So if we wanna go up, that's fine in my opinion. I'm gonna look at the dollar. Still kind of just consolidating. YM also moving higher. Like that we're above 830. First presentation here. Looks like we're gonna get a full opening range gap closure. So 134 point gap, full closure. There's a huge cluster of new day opening gaps right here on ES, so we could draw up into that. This is today's new week opening gap. There's full RTH closure. And we run the buy side here. Going really, really strong higher. Where's the daily fair value gap low? Quite far. Just printing higher. Now we're inside the hourly. We'll use that as an annotation. I wouldn't want to see it go above 205, 200. Like it's going straight there. I'm not changing my bias yet, but that was quite strong of a run. We fully filled in the hourly. We really shouldn't be going much higher than that. Did we take out that high? Yeah, we took out the buy side fully in here. Like that's it. That's as high as I would want, if I'm being honest. Above midnight. ES trades into those clusters. Hourly chart on ES also went into the hourly. Did not full close it in, which I like. So I'm gonna annotate that. I'll just do this. We're gonna take a look at the dollar. Dollar's moving higher, so I like it. Dollar getting a full break above that high, so fitting the narrative. So potentially framing a reversal here. Honestly, even something, if we just get a boom drop lower inversion, I would take that inversion. But I would maybe prefer more structure. We'll see how it wants to form. Pretty much, David, right? Exactly, yeah. Not only a rejection out of this, but also like I need to see my model form. This is really strong, right? This is a really strong move. That's a lot. That's opening up, putting in the low, and then expanding 225 points. So definitely something you want to be cautious about. We could consolidate here. Who says we're actually gonna just, you know, even if we did reject, who says we're actually gonna start going boom, you know? Who knows? Yeah, this shit's been happening. We just rip off the open. It's kind of been happening. You want to be cautious. Dollar's still moving higher, so I do think we can get a reversal here. A crazy candle, though. I don't want to fade how bullish this was, but we'll just have to wait and see. Let's wait and see. Make it simple on us. We could get an SMT there. I think. Yeah, it's fine. Just gotta be patient. Wait, can you guys not type in TikTok chat? 'Cause I haven't seen a single message. There's 500 people in here. Shit. I didn't even realize that. You can turn TikTok comments off? That's goated. I don't know how to turn them back on. I don't know what to do. Can't see any of them now. That's why it's so peaceful, bro. Well, I guess people are just gonna have to watch. So we're getting some rejection in here. Check the YM. Oh, YM is going. I like that. Dollar's going higher. I like that. I may be able to get in short off this inversion. Could view this as an order block right here. Just view this as a double purge classic. We'll see. We got to get some closure. None of that wick stuff. Look at the YM. A lot of energy on the YM. Look at the dollar. Just got to see some confirmation on here on the Nasdaq. No order block formed. Look at the body. So that tells me we may make an attempt to make another high before breaking. Or Nasdaq's just a little bit behind. The YM a lot more animated. Dollar's still going. I really like a potential reversal here, but I got to see some confirmation. Looks like we'll get an SMT at the highs. And then if we break then, that would be nice. There's the SMT. YM not moving higher. I think ES is catching up. Yeah, doesn't look like it might. Looks like it's probably not going to form. Dollar still moving higher. Interesting, interesting. Oh, we actually never made the higher high, so the SMT is there. That's between, like, I like this SMT because YM also didn't make a higher high. So I think he's the only one. While ES made a lower low, a lower high, and so did YM. Now we're also breaking down lower. I think we're gonna get in short here. We can get a body overlap there. I would short that. We're gonna try that in there. What? What's going on in here, man? I'm in short, guys. I don't know why it's not showing. I'm in short. My stop's at the high. I'm only in one micro. So I'll just watch this candle, see how it trades into it. It's already past 50%. Um, Close above 50% there. YM looks real good. Real good. Looks like we'll make a higher high here. So we'll just let that flourish. Yeah, that didn't work out. We'll have to see. We'll have to probably see a more animated move lower with a fair value gap. Like a boom, Strong. So we'll wait for that. So still going to be using one micro for now. I'd watch YM here, see if there's a gap. No, there's not really a gap. Dollars are tracing into the 5 minute. Like if dollar can find support here, if dollar finds support here, then we can find maybe it's a move lower from there. We'll see. Or we're just offside. Gotta stay open minded. Zoom out a bit, see what we're trading into. Working inside that order block. That's your 15-minute breaker from morning session. This is like your last line of defense in here, in my opinion. Anything more than this, well, at that point, yeah, obviously, but that sounds pretty obvious, but because this is a discount too. I don't even have Fibonacci in there. The equal highs in there, and then that's your breaker. If it gets through this, it's London highs, which is kind of crazy in my opinion, but I guess it happens. What's that range? 407 points and like, yeah, that's crazy. We'll let this do its thing. See what it does. It'd have to come back below the buy side and break below these lows for me to trust anything. What I don't want to see is YM make a higher high. I want to see YM lead. Dollars trading into the 5 minute. As long as YM doesn't make a higher high, I trust. If you guys are trying to ask questions and you're on TikTok chat, I'd recommend just come over to YouTube. Um, that's the chat I'm reading. Looks like we're gonna draw up into here. London High is sitting at Dollar looks still bullish. YM still bearish. I'm gonna set an alert here on YM. I don't want to see it go there. YM looks great. YM looks so great. And dollar is moving higher. It all aligns except Nasdaq. Still like red flag, but we just watch. Not going to do anything crazy. Trading inside that old newbie opening gap. Either this is Six Sister and you can look to long YM. This imbalance. Or it's just a YM leading. We'll see. This is why YM's always a red flag. This is going, bro. It's crazy stuff. Like this is just ripping. I'll turn on comments. You got in long at 934. I rate it. Government opened up. Yeah, we're back. I would probably try this short, 1 micro, and if that fails, wait till 1050 and or launch. If it just goes boom, because of the S&T, the fact that actually dollar does not look bullish anymore. Dollar looks pretty. I mean, that's a strong move on dollar, but we'll see what it does. This looks really bullish. Right now I'm kind of just neutral. I was initially bearish though. See how we trade into here. Midnight opens there as well. Keep that level mark on ES. See if it wants to get there. Crazy wick on the 4 hour. See if dollar makes a higher high or not. YM doing its thing. There's no setup in here for me. Model. Good, James. Appreciate you, brother. So we're consolidating inside that buy side. Finishing the first 30 minutes. Study the opening price here. We can get below that. Wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it with one micro. I would not mind it. It's gotta be like a very animated candle, like this one. If we could just copy paste this one, boom, 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 and it's a sweet spot. Let me check dollar. It's hard to say if it's bullish or bearish. YM consolidating. Touch that candle's high. If it's a real immediate rebalance, you see immediate speed lower. If it's gonna just, yeah, see how it just overlaps. Demand it to go right now, otherwise it's no bueno. That's not the cleanest setup. It's not really worth taking, in my opinion. Pretty clean candle. See how animated it gets. Try this potentially. See how there's no fair value gap in there? Red flag. Ideally, you want to see a fair value gap form. Take a look at dollar. Yeah, dollar's just consolidating in its 5-minute fair value gap. YM consolidating at 50%. Hard to say if it's going to go lower or not. We're inside that macro time. This chart's a little bit messy for my liking. So you do these three candles. The bearish order block. Yeah, something like this. If we get below this candle quickly, then I would view that as a bearish order block too. If it gets below this one quickly, very quickly. Study this fair value gap. See how it trades into that. There's a volume imbalance right here. Could dig into that. Full breaker would be if we get below here. But first study this. Because it's just a retracement still. What's the volume imbalance in here? Kind of hard to mark out this shit. Right there. YM's going higher. Dollar's moving higher, which is nice. See if dollar makes a higher high. I'll set an alert there. YM's also going higher. Dollar makes a higher high. Look how the alert didn't even go off. The books are thin. The books are so thin. Dollar looks like it's going for previous day's high. A lot of choppiness in here. It's 10 a.m. now. It's your 10 a.m. high. If we really leave that animated, like put in 2, 3 down close candles, I'd expect that to be safe. Right now we're just consolidating kind of. This is today's NWOG, so if we get below that, nice displacement there. Sort of, I guess. I think there's a 5 minute gap. I'm looking at some other time frames. I don't know if we inverse that or not. I don't think so. Working inside of it. Working inside that 5 minute bullish fair value gap. So if you trade the silver bullet and you're still bullish, you're probably looking at something like either this one or this one right here. This low right here. The good thing about this short idea is if we get here, you just break even. You know, we get a breaker, your stop loss covers the inversion and the breaker. So if we do trade down here, you just break even. Otherwise, what's the risk reward on that? 1.4. I mean, it's not even bad. I would demand speed here. Like this move to 4.9. This is where you break even. Break even. Stop at 201. And if we get a nice closure here with a fair value gap, that's a breaker. If, say we put in a bearish fair value gap, we trade back into it, and then reject, you could add a contract. For now, I'm just studying this. This is break even though, because if we're wrong, we're gonna be wrong right now. And honestly, yeah, like you can move the stop to even 189. I'm in this trade. I'm in this trade. I like it personally. The stop loss here and just see. It's a risk-free trade, so stop at 198 and just see what happens. Covers the top of the inversion. Studied this fair value gap because of the breaker. Let's see what happens. If it comes back, well, that was a good try. If it doesn't come back, well, we could potentially see a bigger price run. This was the original trade we were looking for. I don't want to add one. Watching how this candle trades on the 15-second chart currently. Yo, Finn's back? No way, bro. Finn, we missed you, bro. I may or may not add one on Alpha Futures. We'll see. I don't know how we're trading. I don't like how we're trading into this right now. Finn, we actually missed you, bro. I'm not even joking. Every day, bro. Where's Finn? Gatie, where's Finn, bro? Bring him back. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I don't know where Finn is, bro. Yeah, if we inverse this, I expect higher highs. May even flip the position. I'm looking at the 30-second and 15-second chart right now. Want to see if it gives me an opportunity to scale in. I like that speed there. Okay, on Alpha Futures, I will add one contract. Wait, if I added one there and then take one off at this low, that's money. That's money talk right there. That's easy risk management. A live account will just ride the one micro. I won't even lie. I'm like way more of a, I don't want to say like a scaredy cat, but moving the stop to 189. I don't want to partial below this low on alpha if we can get it. YM doing. Now YM wants to do nothing, huh? Now YM. Dollar looks bullish, so we talked about dollar. Remember we said if dollar finds support inside that 5-minute, I'm gonna take a partial. I'm taking a partial there. Wait, what's going on here, man? Partial covers my risk for the contract I added. Wait, I'm kind of confused about what's. Okay, yeah, we're up 110. Next, yeah, okay. Let's just take the partial. There's live account one is printing. I ain't gonna lie. So, low hanging fruit targets. Yo, this is potentially a crazy short that we just caught. I ain't gonna lie. Stop moved here. That locks in some pretty good profit. I ain't even gonna lie. This is a good ass short. As of right now, looks pretty good. Realistically, you move your stop even higher than that because we're about to get a potential breakaway. So just trailing the stop. I like 140. 140, what does that lock in for me? 140 locks in 60 points. Nice. Let's call that break even there. So lock in 1R. 1R is locked in for me. I can definitely feel the nerves kind of spiking on my live account because this could be my biggest ever trade on my live account. Can't lie. I also don't want to give back any profits because I know I can't. I know you took that on my live. Bro. You didn't have to ask, bro. Of course I did. I don't wanna give back too many profits. I did lock in 1 point something percent, 60 points. So my stop is trailed to 140. Just demanding that we like respect this one and not even trade up into that one. Because we still could be wrong, right? We're still in a discount. I'm hovering close. Hovering the close button. I want to see very closely how we trade right now. I don't mind us retracing. Trading into the top of that new day. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna take a close there. See if it offers a re-entry opportunity. The order finally showed up on TradingView. Looks like I fucking sniped this shit. That's not even one I clicked sell though. What? Why did another one just come in? No, no, it's not real, guys. It's not real. I don't know. It's glitching out. It's glitching out. That's not when I clicked sell. I swear. I got my fill at 2505. 2505. My fill was literally right on that order block, minus 3 points. Now we can flex this though. Hold up. Now we can flex this. Now we can flex this. Hold up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You think I'm gonna give up on this opportunity right here? Hell no. No, no, this is not. I'm trading micros. I made around $300 on that trade. Although I don't really like to talk about how much money I made. Because no one needs to know my business, you know? No one needs to know. So watch this, because if we're bullish, right here, this inversion, that delivers the highs, you know? Although we did shift on the 5, there's a 5-minute bearish in there, and I may re-enter, so that's why I'm off the position right now, and I want to see. Dollar's moving higher. Previous day's high on dollar, so let me make an annotation for you guys, is right here. Oops. Is right here. That's previous day's high, this range. If that's going to get hit in here, don't even look at YM. If that's going to get hit, then I would want to see this 5-minute support, this 5-minute fair value gap offer resistance. So if we get, I would re-enter. Yeah, simply say we trade up into the 5 and then break aggressively. I would re-enter. I didn't take this yet. My actual entry was at 505 on the order block. This was my actual trade. This order block. I don't know why TradingView just glitched. Also, what's this box? Oh, it's this fucking annoying ass TradingView shit, bro. Bro, TradingView is glitching so hard. I gotta remove it, guys. I gotta remove it. Oh, hell nah, bro. What is this? What? Why is this thing on the micro now? Where's ES? I took the trade off the order block. This could offer a re-entry from this fair value gap and this inversion. I'd risk. I could risk 1R and still end up green on the day. So if it gives me the opportunity to, that would be nice. I expect us to stay low. Personally, I'm still bearish. I want to say that, but I know we're at a point that's wrong. You're on paper now. No, I'm still trading my accounts. This is just a glitched trading view execution. I don't know why it looks like that. It's just glitched. So I'm gonna keep it to just flex. People are gonna come in here, use it for express accounts. Well, they're qualified. They're alpha futures accounts qualified. But yeah, I wouldn't trust this inversion because of the fact that it's unless this next candle just overlaps it all. I wouldn't trust this inversion. I would demand this high get taken. No, I'm not in a trade right now. I'm looking for a re-entry opportunity. The reason I closed the trade was because this candle went above the new day and closed inside. And like I said, I demanded it to move right away. Why? Because they're in the 5 minute. Like I'm not stupid. I know this could have just been a retracement. And in my opinion, it is more 50-50. Also, I only had one contract, so I didn't really have a chance. I also did have that previous loss, right? The one I talked about. I don't remember where it was. This one, I think. Is my live lagging that bad? Raindrops? Is it still lag? Let me know if it lags again. Still lagging? I think it's good. For me, it says no frames were dropped, so I don't know. I don't know. Not sure. Yeah, like I want to re-enter, but nah, I don't trust this. I'm looking for. I want to look for confirmation of another short to give this low, and then this is my target for the day. We still got a lot of. You're trading with a live trade? Yeah. Is that entry, bro? Sick entry? No, it's not. There's a glitch. I don't know why that happened. My entry was actually here. You could trust this inversion. I probably demand a mitigation block, like something like this. If we go, I'll take that entry with a stop loss there. Study this, 50 points. I don't like that we left the 5 minute open. I don't like the time. I don't like that the 5 minutes open. I don't like it. If this candle trades and then immediately prints lower, okay, I might short that. Off the immediate rebalance with a sell stop here. But it would have to be immediate. Like right now, like next 10 seconds. Never made a higher high. I want to see a higher high. That's the thing. That's exactly what I want to see. I want to see a higher high, then it break lower again. It's not convincing for an immediate rebalance. It did respect the inversion. I wouldn't take it yet, personally. If I'm going to risk profits, I want it to be a really good setup. That's a little bit more convincing. Let me check dollar. Dollar's just moving lower, though. YM, don't even look at YM. Yeah, I don't trust it. I'm not trusting this re-entry. It could deliver. I want to be a little bit more safe. Maybe it's just hesitation, but maybe the 5 minute. If we make a lower low though, and then retest, I can trade that off the mitigation. So this potentially, I could trade that with a stop loss, maybe at the body highs. As long as we're still in the premium. So as long as I'm entering somewhere in here, we're chilling. It's gonna be an SMT here as well. See, I don't like that dollar's moving lower. I want to see dollar ride to previous day's high, which is up here. Right? So I'm a little bit skeptical in this. If dollar was moving higher, I would have trusted this inversion. If dollar had, see how we took the short here at this time when dollar was respecting the 5 minute. I want to see that correlation. I want to see dollar respect. Maybe this fair value gap, for example. If we can, and then start pushing, then I can start trusting this. Right now, I don't trust this. Watch the volume imbalance right here. If I was bearish, I want to see that. Just watch that volume imbalance. Why are you selling? You don't need to spam. Why am I selling? Obviously, there's only one reason possibly why I would be selling. Just think about it for one moment. You have so much knowledge, just a lot of practice in trading. I mean, it's true. Why am I selling? Isn't it obvious? I'm bearish. That's the volume imbalance high. I still don't trust it. Unless dollar can start trading like a little bit higher, I don't trust it. That's a nice immediate rebalance. You can trust it here, maybe. Something like this. Being cleaner. Being cleaner if I'm being honest. You could also wait for this order block. You could wait for ES to make the lower low. Dollar is just going down. This candle's probably going to flip bullish. It's not really the best time, you know. It's 10:22. I don't like entering at 10:22. If you know me, I like waiting till 10:30. 10:30 is my sweet spot for continuation, or just in general looking for. Watch the inversion in here. The highs are going to be delivered here most likely, and that's what I wanted to see originally. Yeah, the S&T there. You got to be able to fade that short. You got to be able to fade this inversion, in my opinion. And it's because dollar, in my opinion. It's as simple as that. Dollar would be, if dollar's going to go to previous day's high, which I still think it might, by the way. Obviously, this could deliver lower, but I would have really preferred to see the buy side there. SMT down here, by the way. Bullish for value gap right there. I'd want to see this one stay open. I just be talking, man. He's short and long, said there's models but doesn't see it. Mostly hindsight. Okay. I made money today. That's all that matters. Well, actually, it's not all that matters, but for me, that's all that matters. This isn't the trade I took on my live account. I took something different. I don't look at dollar so much, really, so much good confirmation. Yeah, that didn't get it. Didn't stay open. So we just gotta wait till 10:30. This guy just be talking, man. He's short, then long, sends there's models, but then doesn't see it. Mostly hindsight. How am I hindsight? I'm literally live trading in front of you guys. How's that even possible? No, that first trade was out. Which trade? The first trade? Trade was long gone. I closed that right here. I got my exit at 0.98. Now we're just watching, waiting for potential re-entry. I'm up 15K and trades was not letting me close. Are you in this trade? No, not on any of my accounts. This was just a trading view glitch. Alright, at this point we're fully neutral. I'd remove all annotations and just wait. Just wait till 10:30. The end dog indicator. It's definitely the nicest one out there. Um, called. I use the order block, but yeah, the 3 minute inversion overlap. Is it right there too? No, I don't know about no 3 minute inversion. The 5 minute inversion, if that's pretty tight in there, but it looks like it did get it. Yeah, trading view is being glitchy. Trading view is being glitchy. The 5 minute. I knew the 5 minute was there. Um, if that answers your question. It automatically marks end walks and end dogs. It does kind of some. It works and it marks the correct ones, but to see like for some reason to see further ones, you have to zoom out time frames. Like see this one on the 5 minute, I can see it, but on the 1 minute chart, it's not there. So anyway, we're gonna let this do its thing. Let this do its thing. No, it's not it's not visibility. It's just like I don't know. I think the 1 minute's too condensed. Maybe it only shows the ones you're trading close to. I think it's the 1 minute data. So anyway, yeah, exactly. It's a trading view 1 minute data. Exactly, exactly. So my eye goes to this high, and if I'm gonna re-enter short, it's gonna be something like this. So not this many legs. Let me clear that up. It's gonna be more ideally something like this. This is what I'm looking for to re-enter. Um, is higher R better than decent? Higher, there's no better or worse in my opinion. It's just what you want. But yeah, the 15 minutes there. I like the 5 minute that's open right now. This black line. Understand. Never forget you. Oh, the 50 minute. Yeah, it could go back up. That's why I closed that first trade here. Right here. My fill. My fill. The first trade was still like over 150 points, I think. My first exit was yeah, literally 105. I got out. Wait, no, I'm tripping. We shorted at 203. I got out right here at the candle's high, 105. Anyways, this inversion, if we get a clean inversion here, I'd short that 1030. Is Lori in here? Lori already knows what this is. No, this isn't the trade. This is so bait. This is just trading view glitched. It glitched on my favor. My actual entry was right here. This is just to farm engagement now, if I'm being honest. CMD, bro, exactly. You feeling short, waiting for new entry? I'm waiting for new entry. Hopefully I made that clear. This is just a trading view glitch. What you're seeing on the screen is a trading view glitch. Remember, I got to trade my live account on my phone because I want to trade the micro, right? But I don't want to chart the micro. I want to chart the mini. But all my executions are micros. I like the inversion here, yeah. I would prefer us make a higher high and then, but I do like that inversion. It would be nice. Especially if it forms on ES. If we get it on ES, then we just take those equal lows easy. How much lower below the equal lows? Well, low-hanging fruit is in balance right here. And then that daily discount wick. This is the level I've been eyeing. And I could be wrong, right? This could be the retracement into the 15. We'll make a higher high. I could be wrong. I'll admit that I could be wrong. Dollar index, see, it's starting to move higher again. I like that. I like that. If dollar can inverse this fair value gap, at that same time, I'd want to see NASDAQ inverse its. And then we may be golden to look for a continuation. This actually candle CMD? Yep. I view this as consolidation. 1030 moves up. Get gold? No, thank you. You're trying to trade macros? Yes. In my opinion, yes. You should be charting the minis while executing the micros. And there's an SMT here, by the way, which is why I would trust. Yeah, we'll probably try this short. I really want to see it form on ES, if I'm being honest. So watch this candle. Any reason as to why? The micro is thin compared to the mini. The book is bigger on the mini, which means just a little bit more precise. The wicks do a lot more on the micro. This candle is going way too far for me to enter short, bro. What is this? Holy. We inverse times 2. I gotta get a better fill. I can't take that. It's not even 1R to the objective on ES. Aggressive. Yeah. This is where you run your fib. Like that. That's unfortunate. I wanted that continuation short. We may just have to wait for another one. Another protraction model. It's not even 1R, man. I could have traded it while it was going down, though. I'll admit. Like, sometimes I do that. Like, just, the 30-second, for example. I really could have gotten a fill at 104. Where's 104? Could have just shorted it right here. If it can spike up into here, I would take that. It's not 2R to the objective, but I want to be able to manage it. That's the thing. I don't want a late fill, because then 1, doesn't give me opportunity to pyramid. 2, I'd want to be able to at least move my stop after we enter this level. And I wouldn't be able to. Like, if I move here, I'd have to move my stop here. And it doesn't make that big of a difference. But if I get a fill in here, and I'll still might take this fill, delayed protraction. Let me check out the dollar. Dollar's kind of rejecting. YM broke lower. That's nice. Watch this next candle. I might take a short inside this civvy. We'll see how it trades. Hey, where's my trading view? Bro, the trading view thing just disappeared, bro. Shit is hella glitchy. I'm more watching ES. And if we get an animated candle here, I could just take this OB, to be honest. I'd be way more comfortable taking that OB with a stop loss at the high. It'd have to be a real animated candle. Like a real, like, go up and then boom. Take the OB. That's 4R. Still nothing for me yet. Let it do its thing in here. Worst case scenario, we'll be able to 1050. Because we still got range. Like, if we're going to reach down here, remember, that's my target. At the end of the day, as long as I'm finding, I'll put you guys on some sauce. As long as I'm finding something in here, it's chill. I'm not saying I'm not got to hold to my target, but I'm also that a very nice 3 minute fair value gap. 2 minutes nice in there. I like that 2 minute. Dollar still moving lower. YM, I don't know. YM's doing its own thing. We do have a little bit of an SMT in there with ES. We could just trade up into that 2 minute. Be nice. Too choppy. I still like it going lower, but I'm okay to miss the move. You know, if it wants to, if it just goes, I'm okay. We could always take the order block here. Worst case scenario. Yeah, this was taken on my live account, funded live account, everything. Okay, there's the 2 minute. I like that. I'm watching it in here. Very sensitive. It should be in here. I don't want to see it reach 50%. I want to see some very nice sensitivity. If we come trade back to this candle somewhere in here, I could short that. 30-second looks like a really strong rejection. I'm watching this wick. I don't want to see 50% get hit. I may short this here. Think if we can get to the opening price of that candle, and I'll treat it as an order block. I'm watching closely. Almost. Not quite going to the open. Maintenance there, so we're gonna try that short. So I just put my stop here, and I'm risking. I'll still be up 1R on the day. Actually, a little bit more. If I'm not mistaken. So just treating this as an order block, and I'm looking for something like this. I got my fill at 8.3. So very high risk reward potential. Very low risk. One contract, one micro. And we'll see if we can add a contract, which is what I want to do. Really, you can put your stop even lower than that. It doesn't need to be all the way to high, but it's not a big deal. I'd want to see speed below the low here. Below this low. If we can get below this low, should be, I'm not gonna say easy money, but Should be relatively free. I'm gonna move the stop down a little bit. I really don't want to risk much on this trade. We'll cut it to 111. I don't want to give up too much back on my profits. And we can always add it back. We do get an SMT there. And our eyes should be right here. We want to see if we can work through that. A lot of liquid, like a lot of equal lows building up in here. I don't like the SMT. Dollar is moving higher. YM is gone, bro. So lame. Although imagine holding through this in YM. Holy, no jokes. No joke there. This will be my last trade of the morning session. Damn, YM's reaching take profit. It's crazy. Hopefully the other indices can play Six Sister and just like in like 2 candles. Dollar's going higher. I like that. Remember we talked about this inversion on dollar? I said if that happens, oh no, it was this one. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. Don't listen to me. I switched up. I was talking about this one. Deliver so bad. Nah, you gotta give it a chance, you know. Don't let it scare you. And in the worst case, you get stopped out, right? Who cares? It's all balanced higher. Everything here is balanced. Well, actually, no. There's still imbalance in there, but wouldn't really want to see it go there. The longer this takes, I kind of want to just close it, break even, if I'm being honest. I got a pretty decent fill. I am kind of tempted to just close it, if I'm being honest. It's not delivering the way I want to. I'm going to close break even, guys. I'm going to be honest. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want to hold it. I don't want to hold it when there's an SMT. So I'm going to sit here and wait till 1050 because I closed that one. And if it goes, then we're at least know we were right. So I closed break even there. I placed the exact same trades as you? Oh, yeah. Oh, you like that close, huh? Yeah, you like those are your emotions? Yeah. Yeah, sure they were, buddy. Yeah. Sure they were, buddy. Oh. Why'd you delete Mackenzie? Oh, Big Daddy, you're going crazy, bro. No, that was a perfect close. I'm gonna be honest. That was a perfect close. The fact that we got break even here, you just gotta know, man. It would have went lower already, you know? Comments are back. What's up, bro? Bro's lucky? Yeah, that ain't lucky. Call it whatever you want. That ain't lucky. It was spamming. Yeah, don't spam. Don't spam. If you're bullish, this you could argue a long setup in here. Although I'm not. Me personally, I don't want to take any longs. I think we just walk away with the profits. Just walk away with the profits. Go back in the PM or something. No, I didn't take any longs today. I took a couple shorts. How many shorts did I take exactly? I mean, it was the same trade idea. I think this is gonna move in lunch lower because YM did its business. Oh, look at YM. Wow, cheeky. Left the equal lows in this ripped. Live lagging again. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to do. It's not. It's not even telling me. Usually, it tells me it's lagging. Monkey Kieran is still live. Is it that bad? Like, what's happening? So glad I got stop loss on longs before it shoots up. It happens. The trade close. is making me more happy than anything I've done today, to be honest. I so often hold those trades. Bro, if this was a real order block, it would have delivered. It's already been 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. So we may see a run above these highs. I guess my last idea would be something like this. And that would be 1050 macro protraction. And that's going to be my last idea. I still don't mind risking profits. Because we had to manage this, like how much are you up this month? After today, on my live account, maybe 10%, I think. Zoom out to 4 hour. I don't want to target London highs. I don't think they're going to get hit personally. I could be wrong, but that's just me. Currently, I'm working on alpha futures. I wouldn't trust the inversion. Like, it's not that I wouldn't trust the inversion here, but if I'm going to take another trade, it has to be A plus, and A plus is simply this. I don't think there's a single other A plus trade that can form. Is alpha drawdown now 4%? Yeah, it's always 4%. That's all I could ask for is that. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm really happy with where my headspace is at. Short there. To journal all this though. You taking trades today? Yeah, I took 3 shorts in total. First loss, second one, really good win. Third one, break even. How much will your Discord be? Um, it's not gonna be after 100 days. Appreciate you, fat bastard. That's his name, guys. I don't know, Yusuf. I don't even know what. I'm gonna keep shooting for a while. I'm gonna go past the 100. I've made that decision. I'm not ready to give it up yet. I'm not ready. I kind of want to go out with a bang, and I kind of want to accomplish more, build up my live more. 1050 macro. These equal highs. If I do it, it'll be New Year for sure. It'll be after. I'm also going on a trip to New York. ES took those lows and NQ didn't. Are you still bearish? It's not even okay. Am I still bearish? Yes, but it's not so much that. It's more so, in my opinion, the probabilities of us going lower are just higher. I still don't want to see London highs get taken today. It's not a part of my narrative. I don't think it'll get taken. I mean, it could. I'm not saying it can't. Obviously, I just think probability speaking, it's more unlikely to. And I'm sticking with that narrative until proven wrong. You going to the knock? I'm gonna go to the stock exchange. Yeah. Is Toxic in here? I'm gonna meet Toxic too, bro. Toxic was my first ever, I guess you can say, student. He's doing good, man. Hopefully he doesn't mind, but he's been getting payouts. I remember him saying he got $25 per month. Yeah, I think it'll be. Okay, I can't trust it. I think I can trust this. Can't trust it, but it could deliver. We can tape read it. This would be your hypothetical short entry. I would just take it now, and your stop would be here. That's 1R to the low, 3R to the sell side, and then my personal final target. That's a long way. I would just tape read it. I can't personally trust it. It's not that I can't trust it. It's just I'm gonna demand the A plus setup, which is this. But it's 1050 macro. We made a lower high than this one. Rejection block. If you look at ES, and this is the only reason I would potentially trust it, is if you look at ES, we just reached up into that volume imbalance. and we really respected it, and we didn't make a higher high. So like on ES, the whole stage is set for an A plus short. Look at dollar as well. Dollar's a little bit different. YM's also displacing lower. So to me, this is a real short idea. You could see this wick if we get to 50%. Yeah, it likely goes lower too. It's gonna be fun to journal. So you would want to, if we get below this low, a fib. You can tape read something like this. I think it's possible. It's not A plus, but it's possible. I'd watch this fair value gap. See how we trade into that. We already got past 50%, so at this point, you just want to see a candle get below these lows, and it should do so quickly. Otherwise, we're really choppy in here. You blew your account with this chop. Avoiding consolidation is honestly a really important thing to practice. I've I, I've taken a lot of losses in markets that just look like this. You take the long, you're like, oh shit, it's bearish, and then you just keep bottom and top taking the opposite direction, and you keep over leveraging, and you just lose everything in like a span of 20 minutes. When in reality, you're just like, well, hold on, we're literally at 50% doing nothing, you know. So did the exact thing you just said. I've been there, bro. I think a lot of people have been there. I was just reading TikTok chat, and I was like, you're not alone. It happens. It happens. All I can say. It happens. Like it's a good thing we didn't take this, but study this. Opinion on Apex. Great firm, man. Great firm. MNQZ5. What? I don't understand what you're saying. If it breaks those lows, that would be nice. Yes, it'd have to get below here because right now we're just straight chop. Exited earlier, nice, bro. That's exactly. If you can do that consistently, and it doesn't have to be every day. P&L check. Don't worry about it. Can you give tips for learning? You got to make a really good journal. That's the only way. Notice we never inverse this fair value gap. Not that it really matters in the grand scheme of things. We're literally just sideways. I'm gonna remove it. It's kind of messy in there. So that tape read, I'm gonna cancel it, but probably a failed tape read. Trade idea. Idea, not a trade. Did you cast the open long? No. Took the shorts. What do you journal on, writing or your PC? I do everything. I do make a little bit of notes. Like I have a bunch of notepads. Well, these are like $1 each, bro, at Walmart. Literally. I have a bunch of notepads, but I don't journal my trades in there. I journal like things to improve, stuff like that, things to keep in mind, like little mental notes. My actual journaling and my chart, that's all. That's all online. Am I favoring shorts? In this exact moment, like I'm genuinely fully neutral, but overall, I'm still bearish. Yeah, it's really hard to say what will happen in the remainder of the session if that's what you're asking. But my target's here, and I don't expect London highs to get taken. And I believe that's all. Yeah, that's all I want to say. I got. You got a whiteboard? Yeah, whiteboard's good too. Which indicator on TradingView, please? Just got my first trade of 8. Which indicator, bro? We're not trading with indicators over here, man. Look at the 0.5 level of the daily bearish wick. Look at the, only because only because you seem like a nice guy. 7. Is that what we're working with right now? Nice, yeah. I mean, valid, bro. If you're using that, if that's your priority or your focus, I like that for you. I like that for you. So in that hypothetical tape read, your stop would be moved here to 121. I'm not gonna put the P&L tool. I worry people are just gonna take the trade right away. Can write down anything from anywhere. iPhone notes, yeah, iPhone notes are really good. We should use Friday's discount wick. It's larger plus longer. Yeah, sure. I mean, if you're gonna listen, if you're gonna trade with the wick stuff, you got to figure out how you want to do it. It's up to you. Looks like this 1050 macro could deliver. If you just look at this fractal of order flow, right? It's bearish. You can enter it here. We get a break of structure. Don't know if I want to risk profits on this consolidation. Dollar's also moving lower. YM's moving lower, though. Anybody catch shorts on ES? Not on ES, but on Nasdaq. Just trade based on 11 a.m. open. We get an AMD. What I would like to see personally is one, this volume imbalance support resist price. Two, it starts going lower, and then 11 a.m. just rips. Although it's probably not going to be 11 a.m. It'll probably be closer to 12, in my opinion. But who knows? Off that fair value gap. There's that volume imbalance. Gattie's my glorious PO3K. Okay, bro. Do you trade trades this morning? Yeah. Took shorts only. Why did ICT go crazy against order flow? I don't remember that. You talking about volume profiles? I don't know. He's bipolar. That's not me hating. That's him simply saying. You don't want to see 50% of this weight get traded to. So that red line, you would not want to see that get traded to. It should stay heavy here. Oh my ass right now. Dollar. The dollar is just diving lower. You think it's just enough to watch 2022 and backtest? Of course. More than enough, brother. Daddy, do you have a guideline when you have a guideline when you trade, and if so, could you send? What do you mean a guideline? That terminates the idea. Too choppy here. I expect lunch to deliver the move, but we'll just have to see if that happens or not. Your rules. Do I have my rule? Yeah, what I would recommend, I think what you're looking for, if you go to my YouTube channel, I'll show you. It's called, it's my system. This is the video on my trading system. Are you overall bearish for the week? Yeah. As of right now, I am. This video right here, Gems PO3 GatieTrades. So now I'll admit there is some of the stuff here is being tweaked. Now for the most part, this covers everything, but just know that it is kind of being tweaked in here. That video, that's what you're looking for, based on what you just asked me. This is still likely to deliver lower. Appreciate you, Sonu. 11:30 macro, yeah, that shit made up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Lunch starts at 11:30 though, if that's what you mean. Some sauce on a you. Drop some sauce vid on YouTube. It's been a minute. Um, yeah, I mean, when I finish my most recent model tweak, I can make a video on that. If we get a bearish fair value gap in here, it could offer institutional order flow entry drill. I think it will form a fair value gap. This is gone. Yeah, I'm done for the day. Well, done for the morning. I probably won't trade after. I have to go do some shopping actually, so I probably will miss PM session. Session is generally more chopped. Chopped? What do you mean chopped? Like choppy? Probably London. Caught the last ditch macro short, done for the day. Nice, bro. Yep, 1050 macro was nice. We got to CE there. That's pretty bullish, in my opinion. I mean, the bear, sorry. We can tape read this last short idea. That was a high probability long. I'm personally still bearish, but if you're bullish, you could look for it here. I would tape read this. I wouldn't take it, but I would tape read it. Do you think we're going to see Friday's low? Yes, I do. One of my targets for the week. Gonna dump. I'm expecting it to just rip too, to be honest. But I don't want to put on more risk on the day. This scenario, which is the CSD, this one. Or if you want to make it simple, use this order block. This order block's real nice. These two candles, like I'll tell you why you use this. These two candles trade into the fair value gap, and they have an also overlapping fair value gap, which we talked about this one specifically on when it formed. And then the two up close candles, see how they're all aligned on that one price level? And there's a volume imbalance. All that overlap inside the 1050 macro. That's what you're looking for. Can I get a W cost 70 points? You don't need W's from anyone, bro. Just you go to your journal, you talk about to yourself. You don't need W's from anyone. I'm not even trying to laugh at him. You got to get to a point where you don't care. Yo, those are beautiful, bro. Yeah, that first long was good. Like this, that's really good. Oh, nice. You got the short here too. You saw the volume imbalance. That's clean, bro. Those are clean executions. I like that. Chase that. Chase those clean executions. And if you lose, you can still have clean executions when you lose. You know? Does it force you to move to live? I think it's 5 payouts. I don't know. Never been live with them. Scalping along to internal range highs. Sure. Good luck. In a trade? No, I'm done for the morning. Expecting to take out relative equal highs was 550 plus going down. Before going down. Possible. The reason I wasn't demanding that was because of the divergence here. From one payout from? Nice, bro. Recording all my executions, I trade way better. Recording is really good. How do you bypass not going to live? You just blow just take everything out. Yeah. This order block could also deliver. if it forms. Anyway, I don't really want to sit here and taper anymore. Yeah, we took a couple of trades. Here, I guess we'll. Daily OTP plus S&P ES DXY bullish to period safe high. I want to just annotate this when I make my annotations. That's the order block. Also, all forms inside the 950 macro. To 10 macro. There's that short delivering. See the sensitivities there? New week opening gap November 16th. That's this current week. Look at that sensitivity in there. 1, 2, 3, not getting above it. 1050 macro hits. What a coincidence. That's the exact time that we break down. It's quite beautiful, to be honest. It's quite beautiful stuff. We'll see if we can get to the low in the next 3 minutes as well. We talked about this fair value gap. Talked about this fair value gap. Talked about this fair value gap. Very clean delivery. Yeah, I'll mark this out like. I'm just setting up my journal. Um, like this. No, I want to do it. I'll do it like this. Reversal model. 950 macro reversal. 1050 macro protraction. It literally doesn't get cleaner than this. This is like this is the most beautiful price action I've ever seen. Okay, that's a lie, but it's really nice. There's your regular trading hours, 9:30 opening price. This is your AM sell side right here. So that's a target. Sell side. And the last thing I said was you could run a fib like this. I'm quite curious if it would be like this. But no, I'd assume when it's not clear, I'm not going to do it. It's pretty much everything I want to label. Make these solid blue lines. I'll full screen this. I think ES took the low. Yeah, ES took the low right here. So label that. ES takes and low. Yep, took 3 shorts today. Now you full screen this. I'm gonna delete the ES chart. Full screen. Let that do its thing, and then eventually come back, journal it nicely. Once this all unfolds, you could also run this fib. It's nice. It's nice. Start off that latest fib I got. This one you can, but now listen. The way you want to decide whether or not you can short or not is take the high that you're expecting to be safe if you're looking for shorts to your target. Okay. So you could take this because you're still working inside of a premium from the range you're anticipating to form. This is called an implied dealing range. Okay. Really strong target. This is something I'm going to be using a lot. And if you're looking for this, then as long as you're entering somewhere in here, you can make it work, you know? You drag your thing to your target. So you could get short in here, but keep in mind we could make a higher high. There is an SMT in here. So I would demand speed or nothing, you know? Like you could short, and if it doesn't start playing out in 1 or 2 minutes, just cut it early, you know? One of those ideas. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys coming through the live stream. Hopefully you learned something. I think the main takeaway was cutting that one trade early. That was a very nice thing to do. I guess you can call it thing to do. Appreciate you guys coming through. Yeah, we took 3 shorts today. I will see you guys live tomorrow, exact same time. Tomorrow is going to be safety protocol. Today was regular, so we didn't have to wait for 8 plus anything. We just regular. Alpha Black Friday, yeah. Maybe I'll go for a max payout and then not max payout, but go for a large payout and then cop some Black Friday accounts too. Appreciate you, Cytosine. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So tomorrow we're gonna be A plus only. Did you bank? I mean, I did make money today. If that's what you're asking, but don't worry. The green, yeah. We took 2 shorts. First was a small loss. Second one was a big win. Third one was break even. I hesitated on this one. Yeah, to be honest, I hesitated. I didn't want to take it. It would have looked something. I called it on this. We did tape read it though. Yeah, nice. Take care, Noah. Take care, Sonu. Appreciate you guys coming through. Good luck, Noah. It's a good trade, bro. Which prop firm would you recommend except Alpha? I guess Top Step's pretty good. Top Step, Funded Next. Funded Next has really good rules, I'll be honest. Check Funded Next. Why is November bearish? I don't know. Doesn't matter why. Simply just bearish. Will you short? You know? Do you use Tradebait? I use Alpha Ticks, but obviously I'll have to switch. Should deliver to AM low. Eventually, yes. I'm 500 away from maximum loss limit on 3 funded. Do you think I can come back? Bro, of course. What a silly question is that? Of course. I know people who have had 1 trade left and they were able to come back. Just gotta have good management, brother. Grind it up. 1 micro, man. Grind it up. Pretend you have a live account, you have $500 and you're trying to flip it. You got 1 micro, and you gotta trade good, you know? You can scale into positions. I trade mostly with 1 micro to start. Sometimes 2, but these candles are large. I start with 1 or 2 micros and I add to the position. You know? My live account, almost every trade I start with just 1 or 2 micros. Anyways, appreciate you guys.